talking about
You
My
know what?
Little Pony
Actually, I
hard.
think it's your fault. Nah, I think it's your fault. You're the one. It was your stream.
Bro, we got 8 responses. Let's
Okay.
go. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly like look over to copy the first one. I'm literally not even looking at other questions.
Wait, y'all need to look at them before you stream, just in case.
But it's
We-
supposed to be a surprise. First question: what's the key to consistency?
Mm,
Okay, so in my opinion,
yeah,
I've always
look-
been very bad at being consistent at things. I pick things up as fast as I drop them. Okay, that's just been how I am. But more recently, and especially with streaming, having an accountability buddy. Get you an accountability buddy. If it wasn't for Sco, I don't know if I'd still be streaming right now. I would like to be still streaming. It's just as fun, but you know, all the stuff that it takes to get into it is a lot. And so having someone else there to like keep that accountability with you and show up every week, it helps, right? Because, you know, for example, if I want to go to the gym, like actually, your favorite P, I don't know if I could put your business out there like that, but her and her friend, they send a picture to each other after every time they work out. So it keeps you accountable and like they're able to feel that level of consistency. Like if I send you a picture that day, you're gonna be like, dang, okay, let me go ahead and get into it.
I agree. I definitely can co-sign on having an accountability partner. Having someone there with you always kind of keeps that motivation. It's like iron sharpens iron, you know? So having someone there keeps you motivated to keep going. I also think the key to consistency is honestly, you have to break it down into smaller steps. I think there's so many times whenever I've quit something, it's because I did too much at one time, or I was trying to do too much or make it bigger than it needed to be. Whether that's the gym, whether that's art, whatever it is. And I remember something that we actually talked about when we started the stream was that, hey, instead of saying, hey, we're gonna stream 5 days a week, 5 hours at a time, let's just do once a week. Let's just do once a week when we start, you know, let's make it manageable. Let's make it easy to digest so that we can just get into the practice of doing it over the course of a week or two. And then if we start feeling like, oh, a week's getting easy, you know, we're building that strength, we're building that stamina to be able to go for a stream once a week. We built the consistency up. Let's add another one. And now we're doing multiple streams a week now. We're starting to add that. So I feel like just being able to break it down into easier steps, manageable steps, while also having someone holding you accountable, I feel like consistency will just come from there naturally.
Yeah, and honestly, like Sco has done such a good job, especially like with this whole streaming thing, is anytime we wanted to add another element on, we'll start to dream really big, right? And we'll be like, oh, well, we can do this, that, and we can also do blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, okay, wait. Next week for stream, let's just do one thing different, right? Let's do one thing. And I think being able to do that, like you said, helps build a practice. And so that practice becomes consistency. It becomes, I still need my, exactly. If I,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's on the list of things to do, but everyone,
we still got some work to do.
every stream, like, hey, if somebody subs right now, I got a little sub, like I got the little video for when somebody subs, right? The little GIF. I don't know if it loops, but that will be the next step. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just about taking small steps in the right direction. And because if you overwhelm yourself, that is literally always when we fail. It's like, okay, I want to start working out. The day I go to the gym, I'm pushing my body hard.
100 pounds.
Yeah.
3,000 pounds.
Yeah. You're doing everything. And then all of a sudden, guess what?
And Five said, I'm over here like, please let me bandbox. Hey, look, we're gonna give you that power soon. Don't worry. We working on it. Maybe this next week we'll figure something out.
This next question. Do straws have one hole or two?
I think it's one. Think about it. Let's say I take some cardboard, right? I take some cardboard and I punch a hole through it and I take it out. That's one hole if I punch it through it. But if I turn the cardboard this way, it's still that level of thickness, right? You're saying there's two holes there. I don't agree. That's still one hole.
But
same with the straw.
But
if I punch a hole through a straw, it's just a long hole, but it's just one hole. But a cylinder has two faces. That's if you put something on it, though. That's if you put like a face on it, though. I don't.
Technically, but technically, doesn't a straw?
So a tunnel is two holes. Is what you're saying.
You go in one. You go.
There's two entryways, but it's really just one hole.
I think it's different for a straw, okay? Because a straw, like it's elongated. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different if it's like, you know, on a like this plane, and then there's like a hole here. You know, one hole, right? But because it's like so long, I feel like
the length has nothing to do with it. I feel like the length is the same. I feel like the length. One hole, two sides. See, I agree with that. One hole, two sides.
One hole, two sides?
There's two sides, one hole.
We can agree to disagree.
Hey, what's your argument? I've been talking.
It feels like it's easy, but maybe there's like a more philosophical answer. Like, you know, like, well,
Lord. If
there was really only one hole, would there be two?
If there's one path, two holes.
Ooh.
Two holes though. I feel like.
Okay, question. Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Your mouth and your booty hole.
Boys, they don't connect.
One hole, two holes. One hole, two holes. One hole, two holes. One hole, two holes. Because it's all connected, right? One hole, two holes. Your mouth and your booty hole.
Your mouth connect.
It does.
Well,
it does.
I mean, like, technically, yeah.
It does.
Technically,
it does.
Good argument. Good argument. But like, technically, you know, it's like your esophagus, and it go through like your stomach, and then don't it go through like your intestines too?
Well, okay. Think about a crazy straw.
Like if you're excavating, right? If you're digging. Say I'm digging through a straw. I'm digging. I come out the other side. I've only made one hole.
You have only made one hole, but that doesn't mean that two don't exist.
Two entrances, yeah.
Right. Because look, if I look at this hole right here, right? Boom, that's a hole. If someone else on the other side is like, boom, that's a hole. 1 + 1. There's two.
Let's see what Google says. A straw is generally considered to have one hole from a mathematical and topological perspective. What did I say? Google says it's right.
Okay, and Google's right about everything? If Google was right about anything, I'd have about cancer 25 times.
Nah, you looking at WebMD.
It's a good argument, right? The mouth and the booty hole. One or two holes. It's two, but they're connected.
It was a good pool.
But that AI is something else. Yeah, that's true. All right. Okay, your favorite Pete. That's what Google says. So we're gonna go with that. One hole.
One hole.
All right. Next one.
You're bald. What hair color do they put on your driver's license?
Your eyebrows.
Oh.
Well, yeah, or your beard. I don't know, right? Because
your beard is kind of like
my beard's two different colors.
Yeah. Hold on. How it work like that?
Right. Which one would they pick? Whichever one's more dominant.
Whichever one's more dominant.
It's a Love Island reference. Okay. Yeah. I feel like eyebrows would be a good answer. Yeah. No, because your beards are different.
Beards are different than your eyebrows. You would consider your facial hair different than your eyebrow hair. Eyebrow hair considered facial hair? It's not right. It's like its own separate
thing. It's on my
thing.
face.
Oh. Sorry, disrespected by the comments.
I've had enough of people telling me that I do not have facial hair, okay? I got facial hair, bruh. I've had facial hair my entire life. Come on.
Yeah, I think if I squint, I see some peach fuzz. I think if I squint.
I just shaved, okay? So that doesn't count, all right? Yeah, all right.
My bad, you. That's about the topic.
No, you don't. In fact, what are you saying? No, you don't.
Damn. Hey, hold on, bro. I ain't trying to smell last night's lunch. Last night I didn't eat lunch. Last night I didn't eat lunch. I fumbled. Yeah, but I think general consensus on the question, I feel like they would just choose a different type of hair. I think they would choose eyebrows. I think eyebrows is the closest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go with that.
Look at all those three hairs, like reverse Tommy.
Reverse Tommy Pickles?
That's actually crazy. That's lethal. Look at that's lethal, bro. Oh my gosh, that's lethal.
You know what, M5? Wait till I just get on my beard growth tip. You know, like they told me that
you need some minoxidil.
Yeah, yeah. And finasteride, you know what I'm saying? The DHT
That's
blocker,
right.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
I
right.
know. I
Yeah.
know.
I thought I was balding at one point. I was about to get on that too. Don't worry about that, guys.
Haven't we all? That TikTok is listening.
Yeah.
Everybody on TikTok recommending that damn product.
Boy. I'm saying.
All right, next question. Is a Pop-Tart a ravioli?
Is a Pop-Tart a ravioli?
What's the definition of a ravioli?
Is Pop-Tart a ravioli? Who asked these questions?
A small pasta envelopes containing ground meat, cheese, or vegetables, so no.
I thought this was an advice doc with these questions. Yeah, I was like, y'all need advice on a Pop-Tart? No, don't put your Pop-Tart in boiling water, okay, guys? It's gonna go from 2 sides of one hole to, damn, sorry, your dad died. Keep your head up.
I got the next question. As a creative, I value individuality a lot. And when I notice people copying me without credit or recognition, it bothers me so much. What's a good way on redirecting or managing that frustration? Is it wrong of me to not want people to be inspired from my creativity?
Are you me? Did I write this?
Oh, did you write this?
Actually, I can co-sign with whoever made this comment a lot, actually. I did a lot of creative work as a dancer, done a lot of creative work as a videographer. I've done a lot of creative work in just my life. And there's been a lot of times where like I'm so connected to my artwork or the things that I make that if I see somebody even mirroring it a little bit or even like, you know, trying to copy it a little bit, I sometimes begin like, bro, my life, my art isn't a trend you can follow. This is me, you know? So I completely understand this like thought process. And I think it's just because like you've obviously probably put a lot of work into your creativity or into your craft. So it's very personal to you at that point. You know, you feel very connected to it. And when you feel someone that is copying you or stealing from you, it feels like they're not just taking your artwork, but taking a piece of yourself. So it's really, it's a really interesting concept. It's one that I felt way too often. And I think the best way to go about like managing that, I think for me, it's just come down to the fact that, you know, we're all naturally going to be inspired from other people. So, you know, I think there's a level of mirroring that will naturally happen, but also no one can really do you like you.
That's facts.
No, and despite what success they may come from your idea of who you are, like I always treat it as like, you know what, I'll just keep making something better, because I'll just keep making something like individual to me, and eventually like it'll catch on in my own way, because no matter what, they can't do me like me. And I also don't think it's wrong to not want that, but just know that by actually sharing your art, by sharing your creativity, by sharing your individuality, people are naturally going to be inspired from it. And sometimes inspiration turns into theft. And you know, that's unfortunately how the cookie crumbles. But I would say just keep, you know, locking into your creativity, your individuality, and, you know, just water the flowers of your own development instead of peering over the side at others just because they might be doing something similar to what you're doing. That's what I would say. I feel like that's the only thing that's really helping me.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know the best to talk about it though, because I feel like I have also felt these feelings. So I get you.
No, I think but the good thing too is like the fact that you can really empathize with that. I feel like whoever wrote this question can really know that you're coming from a place of like, I can really empathize with that. You know what I'm saying?
I trust I get that.
Yeah.
Trust I get that.
I'm kind of with you too, where it's like, is it theft or inspiration, right? What's the intention behind whoever is doing that when it comes to your art? Are they taking it to, you know, do something with it, right? Are they taking it and claiming it as their own? That's not cool. And the other way to think about it, right? So there's two sides to saying like, how can you like redirect that or manage the frustration? If it's through theft, that frustration is 100% valid. So if it were me, I would confront that person and say, hey, look, I feel like, you know, especially if you have a design and they take that design and then they pretty much make it's a little bit different, and then they start selling stickers of it. That's messed up, right? Because that's your work and your originality that somebody is taking and then selling for profit, right? And not doing any of the actual work behind it other than taking and stealing. I feel like that is completely wrong. Now, on the other side of it, if it's to be inspired, right? If they see your design, they start using it as a base reference for, you know, them making their own designs. That's something that creatives naturally do. Like all of us growing up, say like if you're in music, right? You listen to musicians and artists and you try to replicate a little bit of their sound or their flows. If we're dancers, we end up copying other dancers that we really love to see, right? All these things are inspirations. It's up to us to like use that inspiration as a foundation, but not as the core, right? You cannot be a copycat of somebody else. However, we're all naturally, as creatives, made up of other creatives. Our friend, she's a graphic designer, and she was showing me this art of somebody from back in the day who was like, it was really beautiful, very, very complex. And she says she's been very inspired from it, and it's really inspired some of her art right now. And so in a way, as a creative, it's kind of like, if you want to look at it this way, it's one of the biggest affirmations to see other people be inspired by your art form, because at the end of the day, if your art is your pure expression and it's inspired somebody else to create, that's really all that you could ask for as a creative. Like, that's such an influential thing. It might feel weird because someone else is like looking at your stuff and trying to copy it, but that just means that your work is so impactful and so real and true to you that it inspires someone else to try and feel that for themselves. And while imitation is not essentially going to do that for them, you help them have a starting block. So I think it really is intention, right? Like,
and you also gotta think about it this way. You have to really look at yourself honestly too, and be like, well, I have also been inspired by other people. Am I fully actually made up of just my own individual thoughts, my own individual feelings, my own individual craft? No, a lot of that comes from a lot of other people, a lot of different sources. There's probably someone who looks at me and is like, bro, wait, hold on, I've done that. And you know what? They probably have done that, because I also have taken a piece of it. It's kind of like, I think sometimes we battle our ego a lot, especially as creatives or as artists, where we think like, oh, I made this, I created this. But in actuality, we are a collection of so many different experiences and feelings and skills and inspirations from other people as well. You know, like, it's the same reason why we can look at media, then go talk to a friend, and we're just regurgitating what we heard on social media, but it's not actually it's not our own thought. That thought was triggered from somewhere else as well. So it's like, you know, at that point, you really have to look at yourself too and be like, you know, I'm not even completely me. Like, I'm not built by just me. I've been built by a whole range of other people that I've also been inspired from. Let me just use my creativity, like, as kind of like what M5's saying here, use that to advance and to get better and maybe find our own style and everything. And that in turn inspires someone else. And it's just kind of like, it's just dominoes effect at that point. I don't think we can get too attached to, oh, well, this person stole my thing and this person stole this, because somebody can say, honestly, the same thing about you. So I feel like
it's a great
really
point.
just keep honing in, and like, obviously though, you know, imitate just for imitation's sake, you know, use those experiences to grow and develop in your own craft or as your own person. But, you know, we're all gonna have a little piece of each other, you know. So. For
sure. If anything, at the end of the day, part that will make you feel better is the fact that you're moving in the right direction, right? If people if you're seeing someone copy or imitate what you're doing, that means what you're doing is working. Right? And so if all else, like, it can still be frustrating, but at the same token, it's kind of like a sign from the universe that if you see any person who's really big and influential with their art or expression, it was because they were so good at what they did that other people use that as a template, right? They use that as the method to help them also create. So in a way, you're in a really good spot if people are imitating what you're doing. That means that you've done a lot of work on yourself and you've done something that stands out from other people, so much so that you're different now and people will gravitate towards different. So yeah.
Hold on, wait, I want to read M5's question for a moment.
Yeah.
See, creativity is something that needs to be trademarked, but how will anyone advance without the help of others? Yeah, exactly. That's why background tracks in music, you hear the same rhythm a lot, because people buy those tracks but aren't copying others that do it because they put their spin on it as well. That is true.
So
That's
true.
And I see that a lot even in dance too. Like, we have these movements are moves that just came up. Like, we can even go back down to like Michael Jackson's moonwalk. Like, if you really want to look into the history of it, Michael Jackson wasn't the first one who did those movements. Even he himself, you wouldn't say he was inspired by, you know, certain dancers that he looked up to, or even kids as well. So we're constantly like taking things and doing it. And like, now you have your Michael Jackson copies that are like complete on full imitations, but it's always reflected back to the original.
Yes.
You know, it's always like, oh, well, this person. I think it gets hard in the sense of like, you know, maybe if you're not as known and then somebody takes it and they claim it as their own, I think I can see how there's a little envy, or there's a little like frustration with that, because I felt that way too in some moments.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, like I said, keep just honing in on you, learning from your experiences, trying to get better and improve in your way. And I think eventually their imitation is gonna die out because they don't have the source. You know?
Ooh, that's the nugget. They don't have the source, right? I can see why that would be so frustrating. Like people copying without credit or recognition. It's also a little bit of something in us as creatives, because when we express, you know, it's something that's deeply emotional, right? And so when we create, it feels very deeply tied to who we are. And when other people are also doing that same thing, or it's a reflection, and if they get affirmation or they're getting, you know, attention for it, to us, we kind of put it out sometimes for a different intention than what we maybe even are being real with ourselves with, right? Like if my intention is to truly share it, is it really to truly share it, or is it to also share it and grow, or grow this or grow that? And it's okay either way, but it's just being real with your intention as well, right?
That's a great point.
Yeah, if you're just sharing something, then you've achieved your goal already. There's nothing else that you can do. If I put a song out there, I no longer have control over that song. That song can do whatever it wants. If someone wants to make like a crazy edit with things I don't agree with, like I put it out, so I shared it, you know? So the world is allowed to do what they want with what you've shared. You might not agree with it, but when you share something online or you share something to other people, it is no longer only yours, which that is the duality of expression, right? Like you can express for yourself, and then you can express to share. And if you express to share, that's going to come with that double-sided potential, right? That may happen.
So I feel like we all express in our own ways, especially, you know, creatives and artists, but you know, I guess you also have to deal with the backlash of like, okay, by sharing this, I am sharing this. You are also using this now. You know, this is something that you have seen. Now it's going to be a part of you in some way. There's no way I can just give this to you and just be like, all right, just take this, understand that it's me, but don't touch it. You know, it's kind of like almost impossible. I love this question though. I love
that was a great question. Next question. What should I do for my birthday? Who is this, Jaloki? Everybody, Jaloki's birthday is tomorrow. It's not you. What would you say to do, Sco?
What should you do for your birthday? I think that the best way to spend your birthday is, one, I think you should get up a little early. If you really want to celebrate your birthday, I feel like have the whole day to experience you. I think honestly, birthdays could be a moment of self-love. Yeah, do whatever you find comforting, 100%. Low-key, I would start off genuinely, I would journal. You know, write down some thoughts. You made it another year. Maybe having some time to like just reflect and see how your last year's been. You know, see what you want to do going forward. I kind of treat birthdays more like New Year's than I do New Year's. Honestly. Unless you're always awake and sleep. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Low-key, unpopular opinion. Sometimes I like spending my day, you know, my birthday, just like I be traversing. I just be adventuring by myself. Like I feel like I see my friends and stuff and family on the weekends, but like my actual birthday, I'm like, you know, I kind of want to spend this day just experiencing with me. So maybe getting my favorite food or favorite snack, right? Reflecting in the journal, maybe playing my favorite game, or maybe I'll go, I don't know, do something and just, you know, be with yourself, enjoy yourself, do whatever you want to do.
Really, your birthday is whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to sleep all day, sleep all day. You know, if you want to wake up, you know, early and journal and do it. You know, like it's really whatever makes you happy, because at the end of the day, your birthday should be a chance for you to be a little bit selfish, because a lot of times throughout the year, you're doing things for other people, whether it be going to work, whether it be, you know, other people's birthdays, other events, you know, Christmas, all this other stuff. Like, it's always for other people a lot of the times. And so it's important to take some time for yourself and like be unapologetically yourself. Like, if you want to go eat something that day that nobody else likes eating, you go and eat that, and guilt free. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want.
Scon, how does it feel when Nye goes hungry hippo in game? Because I would like to know the other side of how it feels, because I'm also a hippo in game and life. LOL, I'm fat. Honestly, you got to understand. I just said we spent a lot of life together. This is the first time I played games with Nick, all right? This is the first time I lived life with Nick. This boy, Nick, everything he do, he be hungry hippo with it. It's gotten to the point now where I've seen it so many times that it's almost as if I expect it. Like I'm already going in knowing he's taking it. That's why, honestly, this is probably why I have a scarce mindset. This is probably why
don't blame that shit on me.
No, this is probably why I have a scarce mindset, because he takes everything. So now I feel like I don't have enough. So I have to. So I'm playing games. My E button, it's blurred. It's messed up. My key, I need to get a new keycap for it because it's blurred. Like In life, he be moving. I'm like, bro, let me have something. Like, take my fries. I don't. I'm playing.
Nah, say how you really feel. Say how you really feel.
Nah, look. So let me just know. I'm used to it, but I don't know why it still frustrates me. Like I haven't seen this before. like I don't know who this man is. You know what Nye's really good at? You know what Nye's really good at? Good at playing the victim. He's good at playing the victim. Because there's so many times where he'll do me dirty. And the minute I get some revenge on him, the minute I'm like, all right, my turn, I'm gonna do it. He's like, oh, so now you're gonna do this? Okay, next time I'm never gonna do it. I'm like, you've been doing it to me the whole time. Oh, next time I'm gonna do it for you the whole time. What?
I'll agree with that. When it comes to gaming, bro, I don't know what it is. That's what, like, my natural gaming instinct is to be hungry hippo. And if I do something, but you do something back, I'm gonna do it again. I don't know what it is in games that it just.
I don't get it.
I don't know. Maybe you know what? Maybe it's growing up with siblings, and like
I had siblings too. I was
right.
also with the oldest, and one of my
right. But you know, like my little sister, she would be trying to take everything from me, bro. So then I would be trying to take everything from her, you know. So I gotta take it before she takes it, because then I'm not gonna have anything if I just wait and we're all respectful. She gonna take it, right?
Okay.
I'm telling you my experience. Wait.
I want you to come up with some bull. I want you to come up with some bull.
No. See. And this is the thing. This is the thing about Scon, bro. This is the thing about Scon. He'll start denying my experience. Okay, I'm literally telling you this is how I grew up, and he's saying no. It's how.
No. I was just saying you just said you got to take it because you didn't want them to take it. I'm going through that same feeling with you. Why aren't you not empathetic towards my situation if you already gone through it?
But hold on. I never said I wasn't empathetic. I never said I wasn't empathetic. I know what you're going through. Okay. We repeat cycles, right? That in life we end up repeating cycles. You know, some of them we change, some of them we don't. Now, I should change this cycle, I suppose. But you know what? But hold on. Have I not improved over the years of doing that?
You know, I'll give you that. 1% is still 1%. I'll give you that.
1%? Oh no, I'm regressing. I'm about to regress.
Exhibit A.
What you just said was offensive. You said 1%. Well, 1%. Look, but how did you say it? How did you say it? Be for real. How did you say it?
I said 1%. I said, yeah. Hey, I'll give you that. 1% is 1%.
And how did you mean that? And how did you mean that? And how did you mean that?
Now you're basing your own feelings on what I said. I said, well, 1% is 1%. That's what I said. You're the one saying, well, how did you say that? I said it like that.
Okay. But you're saying 1% is 1%. But the intention of how you're saying that, is 1% is 1%.
You're grabbing an intention that's not there. You're grabbing an intention that's not there.
Bro, are you not insinuating that I have not made that much progress?
I'm insinuating.
No, this is good in 5. This is good in 5.
Well, I did insinuate a little bit that it has been an overabundance of progress, but progress is still progress is what I'm trying to say. You know, progress is still progress. You know, I'm just saying, you can't say I've improved a lot when I literally have a clip of you on our Instagram, by the way, of this man being hungry hippo 2 weeks ago.
That wasn't okay. You know what?
So, I don't, and we've known each other for how long? 10? Yeah, so I
okay, all right.
I don't know.
All right. Look, you know what? You're right. And you know what? I'm sorry for being a hungry hippo. And I'm going to actively try and change that for the sake of not being a hungry hippo. Okay? Because look, it's not me wanting to take from you. It's me not wanting to not have something because it's being taken from me. So really, but here's the thing. Now in these co-op games, I've realized I've been wrong my whole life, and this is a cycle that I want to break. Okay? And so for you will be that catalyst to have me change. And for that, I thank you for the future me and the future you and the future us.
He's trying to be healthy, y'all. He's trying to be healthy.
Trying to be healthy. I'm trying to take accountability, okay? I'm trying to take accountability.
That was great. That was a great level of accountability. I felt the emotional regulation. I will take your apology, and I will hope to see some improvement. Okay, now this is too sad. Because today we're playing Lethal Company.
Yep.
And I never played this game before, but let's see if he's hungry hippo. Let's see.
Yeah. And I'm gonna actively work. This is a good segue.
Yeah, this is a good segue. Perfect segue.